Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Sparks, and this is a day of typewriter stories. Let's get right to it.
I know a place that's really cool. It's up higher than any school. Grab a jetpack and some fuel. We're going up high, high in the sky. Come on up for a ride with your good friends at your side. Imagination is your guide, 'cause it's Dr. Sparks' science story typewriting time.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Sparks, and these are typewriter stories. I am joined today by Piper and Emma, and we are going to be writing several stories on my typewriter here today. Now, we are right in the middle of a story that I'm writing for Emma about bunnies and Tyrannosaurus Rexes. It is one of my favorite stories I have ever had the privilege to write with somebody before. It's so good. So I want to finish the last line right here, but first let me read you what we have, and then we can see how the story should end, and also what the title should be. Now, I'm joined today as well by Cecilia Olivera-Hillway, and she is our illustrator. She's making some incredible drawings to go along with these stories that we're making today. And look at this, you can already tell that this story is going to involve a family of bunnies and a nasty, mean, ravenous T-Rex. Who sounds just like that. That's T-Rex voice. All right, so let me read you the story that we have so far. It's a great story. It's got all of the things. It's got fatherhood. It's got T-Rexes. It's got battle. Now, once upon a time, there lived a family of bunnies. There was a papa bunny, and there was a bunch of baby bunnies. They lived in an idyllic world. There were soft trees all around.
Let's her back around.
Of every single color, from red to mauve to olive to puce to fuchsia, all the colors you can think of. Now, one fine day, when everything seemed perfect, suddenly things got bad. Because out of the woods came bounding a ferocious Tyrannosaurus Rex. And he came running over to the nest with the papa bunny and the baby bunnies. And he said, "Oh, those bunnies look pretty tasty." And Emma, what did the papa bunny say? And how did he say it?
I'm not gonna let you eat my baby bunny.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't dig what you're saying. And the T-Rex, he got his jaws all worked up. He did his stretches like you're supposed to before you eat anything truly, truly tasty. And then he bent over to gobble up the babies. But before he could, the papa, with all of the strength of love and fatherhood, and with all of the strength of a bunny's leg, he kicked the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the T-Rex poofed and disappeared. The bunnies were saved. Now, while this was all happening, far away, the mama bunny had gotten lost and had been lost for some time. That's why the papa bunny was the one that was taking care of them. But then, just as the T-Rex disappeared in a puff of fatherhood kickery, the mother was found, and she was brought back to the bunnies. And together, they all lived, and they were as happy, and they lived a wonderful, and here we are. At last, she was reunited with the owner and her babies and her husband. And together, the bunny family lived in peace and T-Rex free prosperity. And what do you think? For forever or for a really long time? Or what's the longest amount of time you can think?
Forever.
Forever?
Yeah.
Forever. The end. Now, that was a great story. A sprawling narrative. All those themes, all that stuff, all those colors. But it needs a title. That's the one thing that it needs yet. And actually, before we do that, let's look at the illustration that Cecilia came up with to go along with this story. Look at that bunnies. We got 4 baby bunnies. It's the moment where that T-Rex says, "Oh, I want to eat those baby bunnies." I can't tell if it's before or after he did his stretches, but it's certainly right around that time. Guys, what is the title to that story? Emma, what do you think? How do we title this?
Bugsy and the four little bunnies and the bad T-Rex.
That is a great title for that story. All right, so Bugsy and the four little bunnies and the bad T-Rex. Man, that is a great story. Now, the next thing that we do is I am actually going to mail this story to you, Emma. So I have an envelope right here, and it's got a stamp. You can actually have your pick. Do you want a Hot Wheels stamp or a moon stamp? How about a moon stamp? And I'll put it on the envelope. I'll add your address in just a little bit. And now I'm actually going to stamp your story with a number. 1945. That's my 1945th story. And I will put it in the envelope, and then I will put it in the mailbox right here, and I'll put the flag up so that the mailman knows to come and pick it up. Chunk, chunk, chunk. All right, and that's the story. Now, today, each week we pick a word of the day that goes along with our stories. And Piper and Tegan, when we do your story next, I'd like to see if you can incorporate the word that is the word of the day into your story. The word is inspiration. And what I love about the word inspiration is it can mean two things. It can mean to be inspired when you're suddenly struck with an idea, like how I knew that we were going to have to put a T-Rex in Emma's story when she said that there was that father and the bunnies and they were scared of something. I was inspired to add the T-Rex, just as Emma was inspired to add the bunnies and the different colored nests. But inspiration can also mean whenever you breathe in, which is just lovely. For those of you who are watching at home, if you're tuning in on the YouTube or Facebook stream, if you can use the word inspiration in a sentence that either uses the sense of inspiration as being an idea that comes to you, or inspiration being the idea that you're breathing air in, or triple double bonus points, if you can find a way to combine those two things together, then I will read it and react, and it's going to be an absolute hoot. So for instance, to combine them, I was thinking, imagine for a second, I was inspired that you've got a creature like a golem who can't breathe. He's like a stone person kind of, right? And he's walking along, and one day he gets inspired to inspire. I don't know, something like that. That's what I was thinking for combining. Now, one more thing for those of you who are watching at home. Today's episode features a riddle. And if you can answer the riddle, if you can put it in the comments, then something pretty interesting is going to happen to me directly. The riddle is this, and please leave your answer in the comments. I stand between sidewalk and street, and my height is at least 20 feet. When it's nighttime, it's my turn to shine. See the faces of the folks that you meet. If you know the answer, leave it in the comments and something is going to happen to me. All right, now let's get to our next story. So Piper and Tegan are joining us, and I would like to write a story for you guys next. Piper, Tegan, what is this next story? Where do we go?
Martin.
Would you like a story about a bunny? I know you love bunnies, Piper.
Yeah.
Tell me about this bunny.
So, there was a bunny and a unicorn, and it's how bunnies and unicorns meet. So there was a bunny first that swam underwater with 5 little babies next to it swimming.
So you got one more baby than before. Is this the same bunny as last story, but later in time, so that he has another baby?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, now he's got 5 bunnies. All right, there once was a bunny who swam the waters. Is this the ocean or a lake?
This is a swimming pool.
Swam the waters of the neighborhood. swimming pool with his 5 babies. And one day he met a unicorn?
Yeah, it met a unicorn in a lake.
How about, and one day he met a unicorn who was visiting from a lake?
Sure.
Who was visiting from a lake. Now, the two of them, swimming animals, and, oh geez, they got along really well. Do you think they were friends?
No.
They got along terribly. Okay, so do you think that do you think the unicorn maybe accidentally insults the bunny or something?
So the bunny meets the unicorn, and the unicorn says, well, can I eat one of your little babies? They look so tasty and yummy.
Oh no! I didn't even think that unicorns were carnivorous. Do you know
Can I carry you on my back for a saddle?
Oh, geez. Would you say the unicorn looked at those babies and was inspired to see if they could eat the babies?
Yeah.
Okay. The unicorn saw the baby bunnies, was inspired to ask if he could eat one. And so what would he say and how would he say it? What does the unicorn's voice sound like, do you think?
It says, well, I want to eat your baby bunnies and carry you as a saddle because you're so big and fluffy.
And carry you on a saddle because, oh, and I'm saying it wrong, because you are so big and fluffy. And what does the bunny say back, and how does he say it?
It says, no, you cannot eat my bunnies. That's not fair at all. Or else I would have no bunnies at all, and you can't even squish me. I'm too tough.
And you can't even squish me. That's not fair at all. Now, you know, unicorns are pretty special creatures, and I would like to think that this is just a misunderstanding. But you tell me, is this unicorn gonna try to make things right now? He's clearly insulted the bunny. The bunny's hurt. And, you know, do you think the unicorn tries to make things better, or does the unicorn lean in? And does he even get even meaner?
The unicorn gets even madder.
Do you think he's inspired? And what's he inspired to do?
Inspired? He's inspired to eat the mommy first and carry the babies and put all their fluffy fur on him.
Oh, jeez. He's inspired to do all of those terrible things? Oh, my heavens. This is unlike any unicorn I've ever seen. You know, we didn't say, is this a black unicorn or a white unicorn?
It's a black unicorn with black rainbows all over it.
Black rainbows? Oh, geez. So is a black rainbow just black, or is it like really dark shades of red and orange and yellow?
It's really dark shades of black, red, orange, and yellow.
Let's take a look at what Cecilia's doing. It's going to be pretty hard for her to draw a dark rainbow, I think, but I'm glad she's the one illustrating. Look at that. Oh, we've got a unicorn. We've got 5 bunnies. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the papa. He's covered in dark rainbows. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay. So the unicorn was inspired. to eat all the bunnies and steal their soft fur for theirself. Almost ran out of line there. And what do you think happens? Does the unicorn get away with it? Does he win? Does he eat the baby bunnies?
No, the papa wins and said, do you want to have a battle fight? Whoever wins, they get to keep the 5 baby bunnies.
The papa bunny said, let's have a battle. And the winner gets to keep the bunnies. And now,
so the unicorn agreed.
The unicorn agreed. Now there was a battle. But that's not how we have to say it, right? My typewriter has a very special setting. I can type words in red. And I think this time I really want to make the word battle be in red because I'm going to say it like this. And I want people to read it whenever they read it in the same way. Ready? And then there was a battle between the bunny and the unicorn. Let's see. And then there was, oh dear, here we go. Battle between the bunny and the unicorn. They fought for a long time, days and nights, weeks even.
And the bunny won, so it got to keep it, and the unicorn, rainbow appeared rainbow color now. And there was no black anymore.
Oh, that's wonderful. So the unicorn sees the error of their ways?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, they fought for a long time, days, weeks even. And at the end, the bunny was the victor, was victorious. What do you think? Which one? Was the victor or was victorious?
I don't know what any of those mean.
The victor is the person who wins a contest.
Yeah, victor.
Okay, yes. And the bunny was the victor. The unicorn ate no babies and was transformed into the pearlescent. Do you know what that word means? That one's a pretty fancy one. Pearlescent white. It's a kind of white that's kind of like shimmery. It's almost like, you know how like, it's hard to describe. Like if you had like Elmer's glue, but it kind of had some depth to it. Like if you like mixed Elmer's glue in water and like you were to paint something with it, it's got just like some depth, pearlescent. Kind of like
I get it. I get it.
Okay, cool. Of good unicorns. And I think that's the end. I think we put it at the end of that, and that's it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to read the story one more time to you. And
Okay.
I'm going to need your help to do the bunny voices. Do you want to do the bunny voices or the unicorn voices?
I'm gonna do the bunny voices.
Perfect. All right. Do you think, before we do this, what does the unicorn's voice sound like? Is it a low voice, unicorn Batman? Or is it like, maybe it's like a really nasally voice. I'm the unicorn and I talk like this. Or something else?
It's a squeaky voice like the bunny.
I'm a unicorn. I'm here to eat your babies. Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. And then, Piper, be thinking about what you want the title of the story to be as well.
Okay.
There once was a bunny who swam the waters of the neighborhood swimming pool with his 5 babies. And one day, he met a unicorn who was visiting from a lake. Now, the two of them, swimming animals, you'd think they would get along, but they didn't. For this unicorn was a bad unicorn with the dark rainbow all across his body. And he wanted one thing, and the thing that he wanted was to eat all those little babies and to put Papa Bunny on his back. The unicorn said, "Hey there, Papa Bunny, I want to eat all your babies and put you on my back. What do you think about that?" What does he say?
Yeah.
What does the bunny say? Give me the bunny's voice.
The bunny said, "No, you won't."
The unicorn was inspired at that moment to start eating the bunnies anyways. But the Papa Bunny stepped out in front, and instead there was a battle! There were cannons flying through the air, unicorn horns going like that. Things flew through the air, bunnies flying through the air. The pool was a churning mass of water and bubbles. Unicorn was defeated. No bunnies were eaten that day. And instead, the unicorn turned from being a dark rainbow unicorn to being a pearlescent, shimmering, beautiful, good unicorn. And all was restored. The pool returned to its normal, tranquil, calm state. And they all lived happily ever after. The end. What's that story called, Piper?
What's the story called? It's called Unicorns versus Bunnies.
Unicorns versus bunnies. Now, Piper, you know the next step here, right? I am now going to mail this story to you. So we've got a whole process, right? We have an envelope. And would you like a Hot Wheels stamp or a moon stamp?
A Hot Wheels stamp.
You got it. You've got your Hot Wheels right here. I'm going to fold your story into thirds. Well, actually, first I'm going to stamp it with a number. 1946. Imagine that. Fold it into thirds. Put it into the envelope. And then we will put it in our mailbox so that the mail truck, when it comes tomorrow, will chunk chunk. And that's the end of the story. Now, for those of you watching at home, once again, I'd like to encourage you, if you can use the word inspiration in a sentence, in either the sense of taking a deep breath in, inspiring, or to be inspired to do something, to be struck with an artistic idea or a sudden idea, that's also a word for inspiration. And remember, our riddle is, I stand between sidewalk and street, and my height is at least 20 feet. When it's nighttime, it's my turn to shine. See the light of the faces you meet. Now let's see, has anybody, no, I don't think anybody has answered that riddle yet. So I would highly encourage you to do so because it's a good one. And something crazy is going to happen if you do it. All right, so we have only a few more minutes here today, guys. And I'd like to write a really short story with both of you. So our challenge here is, can we write a story that is just like, it's just maybe 5 sentences long? Let's talk about what kind of story we would want to have happen. I think you both really like bunnies, so maybe starting with a bunny would be a good place. Maybe we could so we've kind of got sequel stories, right? We've got Bugsy the Papa Bunny and his now 5 bunnies, and he's fought off a T-Rex, and he's fought off a unicorn, and his wife was returned to him, and they restored peace to the pool. And what do you think, like, how can we end this story? We could end with there being a big carrot feast and everybody's really happy and celebrating this bunny. What happens next?
Everyone's happy, and the T-Rex is happy now too, and the T-Rex joined them too.
So how about, could we write a story about a picnic that a T-Rex, a unicorn, and Papa Bunny are all having?
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Emma? You down for a picnic?
Yeah. I did a picnic before with my mommy and my baby sister.
Oh, that's wonderful. What would happen at this picnic, do you think?
They would have like rainbow cupcakes with sparkly reddish cherry on top.
Whoa, what do you think about that, Piper?
Yeah.
You like that? Rainbow cupcakes with a sparkly red cherry. You know, it was my birthday a couple weeks ago, and I didn't get any sparkly cherries on top of my rainbow colored cupcakes. It's still a pretty great birthday, though. But can you imagine a birthday like that? It'd make any tea party miraculous. Piper, what do you think? What happens? Cupcakes are served, rainbow cupcakes with
Rainbow cupcakes are served with sprinkles.
Okay.
And there was birthday cake, so they would all get along now.
And all is forgiven, so they're all very happy together. And
Yeah.
did you say maybe they sing a song?
Yeah.
What kind of song would a bunny, a T-Rex, and a unicorn sing?
It was a la 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 la. We are so happy. La 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 la. We are so happy.
Hey, Emma, what do you think? Can we all three sing that song? I'll be the voice of the T-Rex. Do you want to be the voice of the unicorn or the bunny?
Bunny.
Okay. And so, Piper, are you down with being the voice of the unicorn?
Yeah.
So the song is la 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 la. We're so happy. La 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 la. We're so happy. And let's all sing in our voices. So I'll be T-Rex. Piper, you're gonna be unicorn. Emma, you're gonna be the bunny. You guys ready? On my count. You ready? 3, 2, 1. La 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 la.
We are so happy. La 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 la. We are so happy.
La 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 la.
La la.
Guys, that was absolutely amazing. That is a perfect story. It's so good. I don't even want to write it down because it's just too great. So let me tell you a little bit before we go. This is the end of our stream today. You guys were absolutely amazing. Piper, you did such a great job, and you had help from Tegan too. You had such a good bunny story. Emma, you did such a good job. The T-Rex was amazing. It was such a fun set of tales. I'm Dr. Sparks. This is Typewriter Stories. If you liked what you saw today, we're actually going to be starting doing this every single day at 4 p.m., starting the week after next. You can go to drsparkshow.com to sign up our mailing list and find out exactly when that happens and the details for how to sign your kids up. I'm Dr. Sparks. Piper, Emma, you guys were amazing. We have an answer to the riddle. Oh, somebody answered. Okay, guys. Kelsey Derringer says a streetlight. Emma, is that the right answer?
What?
Is a streetlight the right answer to the riddle?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens. Ah! Banana avalanche! Great job, Kelsey. That was incredible. And what a note to end on. I'm Dr. Sparks. This is Dr. Sparks' show. Until next time, guys, we will see you later.